Prospect Resources' Arcadia project is among the largest hard rock lithium projects globally and could become the lowest cost spodumene producer worldwide. So I wonder that Prospect already found a number of potential partners with deep pockets. We speak to Managing Director Sam Hosack today to get the latest on this exciting and unique lithium play. Welcome, Sam.
Thank you very much for having me.
Sam, as we last spoke at the beginning of this year, please give our audience a short recap of what the Arcadia project is about and also shortly remind us of the outcome of the feasibility study you published at the end of last year.
No problem. Thank you very much. Arcadia project is based in Zimbabwe, and Prospect Resources is an African-focused battery minerals business. And we have the Arcadia project, which is currently the 7th largest hard rock deposit. So it's got global significance and has been at the forefront of the DFS assessments in terms of fully exploiting the commercial benefits of the petalite and spodumene deposit. So at this stage, we have a definitive feasibility study in the market with a net present value of $710 million and a really strong operating economics with the average EBITDA in the first 5 years of $168 million. Really strong cash flow and delivering an internal rate of return of 71%. So the outcome of the definitive feasibility study has really positioned Prospect Resources as one of the lowest cost producers of one of the highest grade assets globally, and puts us in a very strong position moving forward.
Okay, that's certainly very impressive numbers already. But now Prospect recently published news that might have a significant impact on the project economics again, namely that the company might be able to almost double the petalite recovery. Please give us some details on that.
Absolutely. The lithium products that are in our ore body are fundamentally spodumene, which is well used in the battery minerals sector, and petalite, which is in high demand, particularly in Europe and Asia. So petalite recovery has been the focus of our attention for at least a year, as we understand it to have about a 60% premium over spodumene. So our team have focused very heavily and joined up with the German business Anzaplan to exploit and to look at means to improve the recovery. And Anzaplan have been very successful using very conventional, standard, mature technology, which is spot flotation. And that recovery in a lock cycle test looks to double total recovery when combined with our flow sheet. So it's a very strong outcome for us, and demonstrates the economic benefits of persevering with the technical elements. So we're very excited about that, and that's just one of many of the technical achievements that the team have been focused on in the last year. Okay. So it really puts us in a strong position with the European market, particularly the glass ceramics market, and positioning ourselves to be, frankly, the largest consumer, or the largest supplier of petalite in the world.
Oh, very interesting. We'll see how these numbers go. I think you'll be running the numbers now and to see what the economic benefits will be in detail.
Yes.
We'll come back to the topic of petalite in a second, but okay. I would like to talk about your relationship with Uranium One now. You announced an MOU concerning potential equity investment in Prospect and an offtake of at least 51% of Prospect's future lithium production in December. More recently, though, you announced the engagement of Renaissance Capital in relation to a possible investment in or sale of Arcadia by Uranium One. That led to intense speculation among investors. Please explain what the discussions focus on.
Well, thank you. Uranium One is part of the Rosatom Group, which is a state-owned entity, a Russian state-owned entity. And Russia, like every other strategic nation, is looking to secure its own electric vehicle supply chain and input materials. So Uranium One have been in discussions with Prospect and are under exclusivity to look at least 51% of our offtake of spodumene, potentially an equity investment. So there's a really strong strategic interest in our resource, particularly when you contemplate that it has spodumene and petalite. So the credits achieved by selling petalite give you a very low cost base, very competitive platform when you look at the spodumene, which is fundamentally what they're seeking for their electric vehicle supply chain. So Rosatom is a large group, and the appointment of Renaissance Capital has been as a result of that strong interest from Uranium One. And Renaissance Capital have a large African and a large Russian footprint, very familiar with our commodity and our sector, our region, and of course the counterparty, Uranium One. So Renaissance Capital, very strong partners, and we believe their appointment is self-explanatory, particularly given the strong interest from Uranium One, and particularly during COVID-19 times. It's good to have someone in Moscow, able to meet up with and to develop these discussions materially for us. So I hope that gives your audience some impression of the level of interest and the level of excitement from our team, and certainly the manner with which we're taking it so seriously by appointing an advisory.
Okay. Certainly very interesting developments there. We'll be watching to see how it goes and for further announcement on that. But as I said, we're going to talk about Petalit again, because back in April, Prospect also signed an MOU concerning potential offtake agreement with the private group Sidelco for the company's Petalit project. COVID-19 related delays aside, what is the progress in that respect?
The progress has been tremendous. Sidelco, based in Europe, between Holland and Belgium, very mature business. They've been in the petalite sales and distribution business for over 40 years. They really understand the market. They are a very strong counterparty, and so our negotiations with them have been very focused. And considering that this will be the largest petalite offtake agreement, it's taken us time to be focused and to extract the key details. But the good news is that the key commercial terms are now finalized, and we're at a stage now where we're in the contract implementation phase. We're looking to get the contract out and to move forward with Sidelco as a partner.
Okay, so that looks good. But apart from all the discussions going on with the potential partners, what are your plans for the remainder of 2020? How do you want to create further value for your shareholders?
We've been very consistent about increasing our offtake, which is a discussion with Uranium One and with Sidelco, to the position that we would be fully forward sold in our offtake. Our negotiations with Afreximbank on the debt and the project finances has become very fundamental and is progressing smoothly. So our focus will be between those two elements on the project side. And in terms of working closely with Renaissance Capital and the negotiations with Uranium One, should there be M&A style activity. So we're very excited about the second half of this year. A lot of pent up energy and expectation, and we've worked very hard as a team to put ourselves in a strong position to take Prospect into the second half of this year and to gain some of the successes we've been detailing here today.
Okay, so to sum up, why should investors, in your personal opinion, think about investing in Prospect Resources at this point in time?
Sure. We believe very strongly as a management team in our project. It's certainly one of the lowest cost projects and one of the largest globally significant projects in the world, and certainly the most advanced in Africa. It's got the dual benefits of having petalite and spodumene, which means exposure to more than one sector, which has been hugely attractive in our negotiations and useful in our negotiations with Sidelco, as well as with Afrexim and Uranium One. So we think that we've got the tier one partners that you would expect as a shareholder and investor for a business like ours. And naturally, we believe very strongly that we've got the right team with the experience, international and African, take this project through its development cycle. So we believe there's a lot of potential opportunity for investors, and we will be quite happy to bring you updates in our development plan as they emerge.
Okay. Thank you very much. It certainly looks like you're in a good position already, and we'll certainly follow closely to see how all these things progress. Good luck in your endeavors, and hopefully we'll talk soon when there's new and very interesting and relevant news. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Bjorn.